James Kaufman, World News Report today, November 19th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Jordan rips the Fema director a new one while questioning the Fema director about the initiative given to field operatives to skip homes that have supportive Trump signs in front of them, or flags that have supportive Trump signs in front of them. Now, this all occurred after the two hurricanes, Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene, and this affected people in numerous states, including Florida and North Carolina. The directive must have come from the top, and they're trying to blame one field operative director named Maury Washington. Well, Maury didn't come up with this. This was a directive right out of D.C., and the FEMA director lies about it, as all government bureaucrats seem to do. I guess my question again is, why is nothing ever done? Congress has absolutely no power whatsoever unless the DOJ gets behind them, or unless they have the power to remove this person from office, which never appears to be the case. Congress just does not seem to be a very effective branch of our government, and really almost a waste of money. All the hearings, all the money spent, each representative and congressman has 50 to 60 aides, making $174,000 each, but they get nothing done except for waste of time and waste of tax dollars. Let's listen to Jim Jordan attack the FEMA director, and then let's watch her walk away, still employed, with no reprimand whatsoever.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Administrator Criswell, is Miss Washington lying to us?
Miss Washington has...
She said it's common practice. You said it's reprehensible and isolated. Both statements can't be true. So someone's not giving us the facts. I'm kind of trying to figure out who's not telling the truth.
The actions that Miss Washington took were unacceptable.
Well, you had another employee. Now, they remain anonymous, but I think one of my colleagues pointed this out earlier. A FEMA official who spoke on condition of anonymity said Ms. Washington likely received, quote, very clear guidance from her supervisors. Is that not accurate? That person lying too?
I have not received any evidence outside of the screenshot that Ms. Washington directed.
So those two people are wrong. They're not telling the truth to us.
We are currently investigating.
But that's not what you said. You said this is isolated, reprehensible, hasn't happened. This is the only time. And they're saying, nope, it's commonplace.
I am saying that FEMA's mission is to help all people.
Well, let's look at maybe the best evidence we have is the actual screenshot. Can you put the screenshot up on the screen? Let's look at what the text message said. The text message said, implement best practices. Like, this is the best practices. We're going to implement them. And they talk about making sure you're going in pairs or with more than one person, avoid the Trump homes, drink your water, take your towel, coconut water. So stay hydrated, walk with someone else, and don't go to the Trump home. This seems pretty common and matter of fact in the actual evidence we do have, the text message itself. But you're still saying Miss Washington and this other person aren't telling the truth.
Let me just say that Deanne Criswell has no business running a lemonade stand. If that's not evident, all these people need to be weeded out and their pension removed, period.
When I received this text message, it was not in accordance with the way we conduct business at FEMA, and I directed...
Even though it said best practices, even though it said stay hydrated, which everyone would agree with, even though it said go in pairs, which everyone would agree with, even though it said bring a towel, make sure you're covered up, even said coconut water is the best way to stay, even though it said all those practical things, the part about avoiding the Trump homes, that's not a best practice, that's not commonplace, is that what you're saying?
That is nowhere in our policy, and I can't speak to
I'm not saying it's in your policy
behind what Ms. Washington did.
But it was Okay, now her supervisor, this Mr. Hershey, have you talked to him and to find out if he knew this was happening?
I understand that he was in her chain of command, and this is under investigation.
Have you talked to there's 13 people on this text message. Have you talked to all 13 of those individuals?
This incident is under investigation.
That's not what I asked you. I know it's under investigation. We know how investigations work when it's done inside the agency. It takes forever. I'm asking, did you talk to the 13 people on this best practices text message?
The Office of Professional Responsibility has taken this, and they are following appropriate protocol to investigate.
Is the Inspector General looking at it as well?
And I have asked the Inspector General to take a look at this.
Any idea when they're going to talk to these 13 people since you haven't? Have you talked to them? How about you personally? Have you talked to any of these 13 people?
I have not talked to them.
You have not talked to
I
anyone?
have an entire team that focuses on this investigation, and that's what they're doing.
Seems to me it's part of a mindset that's in government. This is the scary part, because I think it's broad. And you don't have to take my word. Take it what people have said. I mean, this reminds me, we've talked about this many times, but I can think of, well, actually the same person, let's go back to that, the same person who said that this likely received very clear guidance, this other FEMA official, also said this: I've heard from other entities who are serving in North Carolina that there was clear guidance to be mindful, quote, of the types of people who are in Western North Carolina. That's pretty derogatory stuff there, isn't it?
I have not seen it.
But you know what it sounds like? It sounds like Peter Strzok. Peter Strzok, when he said, oh, I just went into Walmart, I can smell the Trump supporters. Sounds like Joe Biden when he said, oh, the garbage I see is the Trump supporters out there. Sounds like the guys the Democrats had, the professor the Democrats had testify back in 2019 in the impeachment. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out. Perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. This disdain, this mindset that's in the government where everyone's deplorable, everyone's garbage, everyone is, smelly people at Walmart, and oh, be mindful of those people in Western North Carolina. That's what it sounds like. And again, the best evidence is the text message we have, which reinforces that mindset that we have seen from so many people in our government.
The actions directed by Ms. Washington are unacceptable, and when I received this text message, I directed her termination.
Do you have any idea who this other official is?
I do not, and if you have that information, Congressman, please share.
I don't have it.
So that was it. She's not going to admit to anything. No one higher up will pay any price, and she's not talked to anyone on the ground crew or any of the directors to find out who was sending out those messages. That's all of it right there summarized. This, ladies and gentlemen, person needs to be replaced immediately, and we need to learn how to take their pensions away. Period. They have no business sucking off the taxpayer the rest of their life after performing like this. No regular job, no private sector job would ever give anyone any type of retirement or pension for performance like this. In fact, they would have been gone long ago. God bless. Share and subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.